This is a video in a playlist. This is probably wrapping up almost the topography section. This is going to be on Mount. Mount is in there a real lot, so we're not obviously going to get through it all. I think it's like some 286 times. Oh, for the word the Mount. It might be in there a lot more. Anyway, outside of the Bible, Mount Davis is the highest point in Pennsylvania. According to the Gospel of Google, Mount Davis is 3,213 foot, or highest point in Pennsylvania, located at Forbes State Forest near the hamlet Markleton in Elk Lake Township, Somerset County. Okay, so Mount Davis, and I think if you look into that, that might be the secret bunker of the president. Anyway, Mount is in there. Mount Arabim, one time. Mount Bala, one time. Mount Bethel, twice. Mount Carmel, 4 times. Mount Ephraim, 30 times. Mount Gilead, 5. Mount Gerizim, 4. Mount Gilboa, 5. Mount Horeb, 1. Mount Hor, 4. Mount Hermon, 7. Mount Moriah. Mount Nebo. Mount Naphtaliah, those 3 were 1. Mount of Olives is in there 10 times. Mount of the Valley, 1 time. Mount Paran, twice. Mount Perazim, once. Mount Seir, 16. Mount Sinai, 5. Mount Zion with an S, 3. Mount up to heaven, 2. Mount Zion with a Z, 18. Mount Zalmon, 1. Okay, Horeb is the Mount of God. That's Exodus 3:1. Horeb itself is in there 6 times. Also 1 Kings 9:18. He went in the strength of the meat 40 days and 40 nights unto Horeb, the Mount of God. Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb. That's Malachi 4:4. To remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb for all of Israel, with the statutes and judgments. Okay, Numbers 34:8, from Mount Hor, Hor, you shall point. From Mount Hor you shall point out your border unto the entrance of Hamath, and the goings forth of the border shall be to Zedad. This shall be your north border from the great sea. Ye shall point out for you Mount Hor, Hor. Okay, they pitched in Mount Hor in the edge of the land of Edom. That's Numbers 33:37. They journeyed by the way of they journeyed from Mount Hor by the way of the Red Sea. Numbers 21:4. To compass the land of Edom. And the soul of the people was much discouraged. Moses did as the Lord commanded and went up to Mount Hor in the sight of all the congregation. There's a message from the Book of Mormon. Mormon 2, they did also drive us forth out of the land of David, and we marched and came to the land of Joshua, which was in the borders west by the seashore. Mount Ebal's in there 5 times. Joshua built an altar unto the Lord God of Israel in Mount Ebal. That's Joshua 8:30. Deuteronomy 27:13. I think I just sent out a postcard. Greetings from Mount Ebal not too long ago, because Deuteronomy 27:13. These shall stand upon Mount Ebal to curse. Reuben, Gad, Asher, Zerubbabel, Dan, and Naphtali. Deuteronomy 27. It shall be when ye be gone over the Jordan, that ye shall set up these stones which I command you this day in Mount Ebal, and thou shalt plaster them with plaster. Deuteronomy 11:29. It shall come to pass that when the Lord thy God has brought thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, that thou shalt put the blessing upon Mount Gerizim and the curse upon Mount Ebal. Okay, I mean, just as long as you understand the duality of nature, 2 Chronicles 3, Solomon began to build the house of the Lord at Jerusalem in Mount Moriah, where the Lord appeared unto David, his father, in the place that David had prepared in the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite. Okay, well, I am going out of town this morning, so I can't read all this, but here's one more, is 2 Kings 2:25. He went from thence to Mount Carmel, and from thence he returned to Samaria. So when he came unto the man of God to Mount Carmel, it came to pass that when the man of God saw her afar off, that he said to Gehazi his servant, Behold, yonder is that the Shunammite. There's some wise women in the Bible there. Don't let these retarded men fool you. 1 Kings 18:9. Therefore send and gather to me all Israel unto Mount Carmel, and to the prophets of Baal 450, and the prophets of the groves 400, which eat at Jezebel's table. Exodus 25:40. Look thou and make them after the pattern which was showed to thee in the mount. Right? So they gave some blueprints of what to do up there on the mount. Okay. Have a great day.